Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOI Digital, your daily guide to all that's happening in Indian cricket. Beyond the Boundary is the name of the show. We've got a power pack panel today. We've got K. Srinivas Rao joining us after a long time. Welcome to the chat, Srini. We've got Sahil Malhotra also joining us, and we've got Nitin Naik as well from Mumbai. Thanks a lot. We've got the first comment which I wanted to take before we started off. Dev Pratap Singh Chauhan says, "Wow, आज Sachin bracket within bracket KSR and Virat within bracket Sahil साथ में." Okay, so we've got uh, high standards now to keep up to this. Any opening thoughts about being equated with Sachin, Srini?
Any thoughts about being equated with Sachin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I will have not Sachin's view on Agarkar, but close enough.
And we know what that view of Sachin is on Agarkar. Sahil, you clearly won't have the view that Sachin has on Agarkar, even as Virat.
No, probably what Virat's view could be on Agarkar right now, I could be close to that with how things have unfolded in the ODI setup. So I don't think anyone could kind of get that view thing wrong now.
Okay. Srini, just as we start off, Ishan Kishan has been in terrific form. He's played a big part for Jharkhand in the ongoing Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Uh, and Priyanshu makes a comment that you're back on the show even before Ishan Kishan is back in the T20 squad. What really is happening in your view on Ishan Kishan?
First of all, I'd say, like, not as a joke, in all seriousness, that Ishan Kishan is unlucky that Mushtaq Ali is happening in India. Had it been happening in Australia, Ajit Agarkar would have been there to watch him. So unfortunate to start with. But the same philosophy and bandwidth and intelligence with which the coach and the selector had a view on Ishan at one point, maybe to a large extent the captain also, had a view on Ishan to probably highlight the fact that he was not doing certain things correctly and needed to bring a change in his whatever in its overall cricketing persona. Today need to take a relook and say, okay, has this boy done any better than that previous occasion? And if he has, then come out and say that in as many words. But problem I find is that in Indian cricket, viewpoints on cricketers or any individuals vary depending on extreme likes and extreme dislike. Mostly it's always like. So, you see a lot of hero worship happening in Indian cricket. ये तो बहुत बड़े, ये तो टीम मैन है, ये है वो है. उसमें what happens is the deep side, the slightly other side, which also needs to be highlighted, it never happens because of the hero worshipping. Similarly, when somebody has a bias against someone, you go on and on and on about a certain guy, you say why this guy has been doing wrong, etc., etc. But then what is missing is when that guy goes back to square one, starts correcting things, you need to come out and actually spell that out in as many words also. There needs to be a balancing out. So for Ishan, I think full marks to him. If he's actually kind of, making his bad talk, eventually, as Ravi Shastri always says, the field sorts you out. Doesn't matter what is the noise of the field.
Nitin, what do you make of this Ishan Kishan situation? Is there like too many claimants already, or Ishan Kishan genuinely deserves a chance in the T20 format?
Chandresh, right now there is a bit of a logjam, right? If you look at the Indian top order in white ball cricket, there is a serious logjam at the top. You have Yashasvi, you have a talent like Yashasvi is not able to break through. Then you have Abhishek Sharma, Shubman Gill, Sanju Samson. If what we were discussing offline, if he has told the team management that he doesn't want to be considered in the middle order and wants to only bat in the top order, I do not know. This is what we were discussing. But if at all that is the case, then even a guy like Sanju is not able to break through. Once they decided that Shubman Gill is in the team and that too as a vice captain, I think that that very day, I think we all feared for the future of Sanju Samson. And same is the case with Ishan Kishan as well. Now, what are the reasons for him being kept out of the Indian setup? That I think the previous team management, the head coach Rahul Dravid, and the head selector was the same. When they stripped him off the contract, and because he was found to be training with the MI setup, and instead of rehabbing, when he said that he needs a mental health break, and then he went off to Dubai, and he was spotted partying. I think if I may say this, I think in the Indian cricket setup, you can you can survive a sustained period of bad form, but if you're perceived to be having a bad attitude, then I think you will be landing yourself in trouble, especially if you're dealing with somebody like Rahul Dravid and others. I think the same is the case with Prithvi Shaw as well. I hope that he takes this opportunity that he has got with the Delhi Capitals with both hands. If somebody like Ricky Ponting had issues with him, then you know that there are issues. So I think in Indian cricket, in this setup, I think you can survive if you have a bad form. But I think if you're perceived to have a bad attitude, then I think you will be struggling.
Sahil, before we proceed, there's a request from Cricket Freak that थोड़े कम question लेना और discussion ज़्यादा करें as KSR comes rarely. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So please requesting everybody not to ask the same question again and again so that we can ask more questions to KSR. Sahil, what do you make of this one thing that Nitin said about attitude? We've heard this for very long in Indian cricket. The other is the performance of the chief selector, and you've been one who's been very vocal amongst the media persons. I've never seen anybody being as vocal as you about the current champion of selectors. What is your take on the whole thing?
No, I think what Nitin Bhai rightly mentioned, I think attitude is the keyword here, because that attitude thing has been blown out of proportion as far as Ishan Kishan is concerned. What happened in South Africa, the test series where he requested a break due to mental fatigue, बहुत लोगों ने factor in नहीं किया था what Ishan went through in build up to that series. In build up to the series, he was groomed as a wicket-keeper batter. South Africa जाके आपने decide करा KL को keeping कराते हैं, batting लंबी करते हैं. उससे पहले Border Gavaskar Trophy happened at home, where Ishan Kishan was the second keeper to KS Bharat. I covered that series for my previous organization. I could actually see Ishan work 2 hours, 3 hours every day on his wicket keeping, because तब एक notion बन गया था कि Ishan Kishan against spin on home tracks is not a neat keeper. That is why KS Bharat played as many games as he did for India. He worked his pants off during the World Cup when Shubman Gill was out due to dengue. Ishan played a couple of games. उसके बाद उसको drop कर दिया गया. वो कुछ cricket नहीं खेला. He was traveling with the team for 12 to 15 months. Did not play a lot of cricket. That mental fatigue creeps in. He was a young boy who went up to the captain, who went up to the then coach, requesting for a break. People in power had a problem. If he requested for a break, why is he spending his New Year in Dubai? What else do you want him to do on a break, boss? He requested a break just to revitalize, refreshen, and after what he underwent last 2 साल में, उसके ऊपर तो मैं पूरा अभी बॉल बाय बॉल पे आ सकता हूँ, starting from DY Patil to Buchi Babu to playing every possible game from Jharkhand. But what people missed is जो अभी साउथ अफ्रीका ओडीआई सीरीज के अंदर स्क्वाड पिक हुआ, ईशान किशन's name was heavily discussed, debated, but it was stonewalled by one individual because he still thinks that there is an attitude problem. People in the ODI setup still wanted to try Ishan Kishan even over Rishabh Pant, for what I was told, because they thought कि Ishan Kishan के लिए they could still find out a place. He scored a double hundred in the ODIs and he was dropped the next game. So it's not that की sample size भी नहीं है that he hasn't scored in ODIs. There was a very strong discussion with regards to Ishan Kishan, but that was stonewalled. And I think it will continue to be stonewalled till the time the current chief selector comes in. selector complete, which will be after the T20 World Cup. The moment you see a new chief selector, you will see the doors opening up again on Ishan. Shreyas Iyer has been fortunate. He kind of broke that door down with his performances in the IPL and what he did for Mumbai in the domestic circuit, winning titles after titles. Shreyas ने अपनी बैटिंग से, अपनी कैप्टनसी से अपनी जगह वापस अर्न करी ओडीआई के अंदर और आके चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के अंदर आपको दिखाया. बट अगर आप नहीं भूल रहे, श्रेयस अय्यर चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी के बिल्डअप में फर्स्ट चॉइस नहीं थे 11 के अंदर. ही ओनली प्लेड द फर्स्ट गेम इन बिल्डअप टू चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी बिकॉज विराट कोहली had I think a back spasm on the morning of the match. That is why Shreyas Iyer played. He scored runs and that is why वो Champions Trophy खेला. तो ये श्रेयस अय्यर के साथ भी होता और श्रेयस अय्यर भी उसी एटीट्यूड जजमेंट का शिकार है जिसका ईशान किशन अभी भी है. वो डिजर्व करते हैं, नहीं करते उनका बल्ला बोल रहा है. 500 रन बना दिया सैयद मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी के अंदर. ओनली कैप्टन टू स्कोर 100 इन सैयद मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी फाइनल. I think all that is there for everyone to see. But this attitude debate is ridiculous. It's exaggerated. We need to act as grown-up adults and human beings and take care of players just how they need to be taken care of.
Guys, Chandresh, I don't understand one thing. I don't understand. So, okay, I need to understand what exactly is this attitude problem. मैंने अभी तक I have not read a single. Am I missing something? I have not read a single detailed story or anything source-based, whatever that actually spells out the problem, that attitude problem that Ishan has, other than what Sahil mentioned, that he wanted that break, right, when he was in Dubai. Other than that, what exactly was his attitude problem? Matlab, kya problem tha? I really can't understand. Like, did he behave?
No, Srini, I'll answer that question for you. What happened after that break were a series of events which kind of worked against Ishan. What happened after the break? He did not play domestic cricket because he wanted to be on a break. After that, he joined Hardik and Krunal for a boot camp in Baroda. Yeah. Hardik was again a victim of that perception building against him, जहाँ पे fielding चालू हो गया था कि अब हार्दिक को T20 captaincy से हटाना है. Then that whole Mumbai Indians chatter happened. All that didn't work in favor of Ishan because सबको लगा ये तो हार्दिक का आदमी है. I'm spelling out facts. I'm not.
No, fair enough. I understand. I know that.
So this
where is attitude coming?
So this is where no attitude. He doesn't care anything about domestic cricket. He's doing a boot camp with Hardik in Baroda. No one took note of the fact that he played DY Patil for Reliance before kind of the IPL started, and then he had a mediocre kind of IPL. Went to play Buchi Babu tournament for Jharkhand, a multi-day tournament. Played the Ranji season. Did what he could.
Somebody points out that he also went to Kaun Banega Crorepati.
But he's already a Crorepati, no?
No, he went on the show. Yeah.
So this is where the entire attitude thing was blown out of proportion. Everyone.
Sahil, I just want to understand. I just want to understand. Is the problem that he posted a picture on Instagram? If he had not posted, would anybody have come to know that he's partying in Dubai?
किसी को पता. But Chandresh bhai, the word travels faster than light in Indian cricket. And अगर आपको मैं अगर
I still don't understand. See, आप जो बोल रहे हो मेरे को, what you're saying is let's say if the selector decides or if the coach decides or if the captain says, I want you to be at a certain place at a certain time, all right? And if you are not there, then you are breaking a team management rule. Team management is setting a rule for you. Like, that stands true not for Ishan Kishan. That stands true for every player. If you are part of a contingent and if the team management has set up a certain standard, to whatever extent that might be, doesn't matter whether you are Virat Kohli or you are Ishan Kishan, you have to follow it. Okay, that is like the final word. What you are talking about is whether he may have followed if the team management has not asked him to be somewhere, and if it is a free time, he can be in Timbuktu and it doesn't matter. Okay, it's his wish. Now, if he did not follow what was told to him, that's not an attitude problem. That's disobedience. That's disobedience. Disobedience is one thing, and having a wrong attitude is another thing. You can be part of the team and then again go on to have a very wrong attitude, right? My question is, the one line that has been used about Ishan again and again and again is that he has a bad attitude, and that I have not. मतलब क्या किया उसने? Like आपसे बदतमीजी से बात किया उसने? आपको आप नहीं बोला, तुम बोला? क्या बोला उसने? I don't understand.
He spoke back. He spoke back. He spoke back. So there was this conversation which happened between the three parties in South Africa: Rahul Dravid, Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan. And Ishan Kishan questioned, and he wanted to understand where is he in the scheme of things. कि अगर वो पूरा साल सिर्फ bench पे रहता है,
I
because South Africa was the tipping point. कि आपने
exactly.
केएल राहुल को आपने विकेट कीपिंग करने को बोला साउथ अफ्रीका में, because you wanted to have that extension in the batting order and you
अगर ये
felt
सही
so.
बात है तो इस इंडियन टीम में आधी टीम को ये एटीट्यूड प्रॉब्लम रहना चाहिए और वो हेल्दी भी होगा. आधी टीम को तो ये पता होना चाहिए कि मेरे साथ हो क्या रहा है.
Just an example of what healthy attitude, healthy disagreement. If you have seen Ashes today, you saw disagreement between Ben Stokes and Jofra Archer. Ben Stokes got wild with Jofra Archer for bowling short and wide. He said, "I'm not going to give you a field for bat bowling." If that had happened in Indian cricket, that would have been crisis. Sahil, you're on
इंडियन
mute.
क्रिकेट के अंदर, इंडियन क्रिकेट में तो एवरीथिंग इज लाइक देयर इज दैट अंडरटोन ऑफ एग्जैजरेशन एसोसिएटेड विद एनी एंड एवरी एक्शन व्हिच हैपेंस on the field, right? If you remember that Zimbabwe series where Suresh Rana dropped the catch of Ravindra Jadeja, वो जब उसके बाद एक थोड़ा वर्बल टसल हुआ था, उसके बाद द नेक्स्ट डेज न्यूज़पेपर्स वी ऑल सॉ व्हाट रियली हैपेंड कि ऐसे हुआ वैसे हुआ, दे हैव हिस्ट्री, दे हैव दैट, उसकी बहन का कोर्ट लिया, उसके भाई का कोर्ट लिया, बहुत कुछ हुआ था. बट दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन ऑन अ क्रिकेट फील्ड. एंड इफ यू कांट रियली, अगर मैं एक सेटअप में काम कर रहा हूँ, जस्ट फॉर एग्जांपल एडिटोरियल सेटअप, इफ आई एम वर्किंग विद नितिन भाई, आई एम वर्किंग विद केएसआर, इफ आई आस्क देम सर्टेन थिंग्स कि नहीं ये स्टोरी ऐसे नहीं, हमें तो ऐसे करना चाहिए, नहीं नितिन भाई हेडलाइन आज ऐसा कर सकते हैं, वैसा कर सकते हैं, दैट्स नॉट अ एटीट्यूड प्रॉब्लम, दैट्स जस्ट अ हेल्दी वर्क प्लेस वेयर पीपल कैन एक्चुअली speak up and discuss and get corrected for being wrong or get appreciated for being right. ईशान was well within his rights. Why? Because आपने उसको घर पे बोला तेरा कीपिंग अच्छा नहीं है इसलिए केएस भरत खेल रहा है. This was a fact. This is, I'm not cooking it up. You played KS Bharat because he was a neat keeper but a very mediocre batter. You took him to South Africa. In South Africa, you told him कि तेरा बैटिंग पे हमें डाउट है ऑन सीमिंग पिचेस, तो यहाँ हम केएल को स्टॉप गैप कीपर रखेंगे. अगर केएल राहुल ने अपने हाथ खड़े नहीं करे होते कि आई डोंट वांट टू कीप एनी मोर इन टेस्ट, केएल वुड हैव गॉट एन एक्सटेंडेड रन इन टेस्ट व्हेन ऋषभ पंत वाज इंजर्ड. It only happened after the South Africa series where KL said ki I won't be able to like continue keeping for a very long time. And it was just a normal discussion where people thought कि अरे ये ऐसे कैसे बात कर रहे हो, सबको खेलना है, टीम में रहना है, लेके चल रहे हैं सबको साथ. ऐसे कैसे लेके साथ चलोगे जब आप उसको 14 महीना बेंच पे बिठा के रखोगे. He played just 2 games in the World Cup because there was no spot. He was a backup keeper to KL Rahul.
Nitin, this is a question from or a comment from Introspect. He says, "We are not running some army school. Attitude, selector और coach को घर रख के आना चाहिए. Talented players should never suffer. You gave him hiatus, fine. Now bring him back in ODIs."
I mean, I know we all have our own views here, but let us also be clear that we are talking about the same coach who kind of sidelined him, who first made him captain over Rishabh Pant in the Under-19 World Cup in 2016. Rishabh Pant was a designated captain for the tournament in Dhaka, and Rahul Dravid said, no, it won't be Rishabh Pant, it would be Ishan Kishan. So Ishan Kishan led the Indian team to the final there. So, and obviously Ishan is also very much a Rahul Dravid boy. You know, he has worked extensively with him. And if under two successive coaching regimes, Dravid as well as Gautam Gambhir, and the common link between the three is Ajit Agarkar here. So between two coaching regimes, and if Ishan Kishan is not able to make a spot for himself, then maybe we have to look at non-cricketing reasons here. Whether now I know that we should not be very regimental in terms of dealing with cricketers, and if a cricketer is seeking an explanation as to where he stands, that should be encouraged. And I don't think coaches, be it Gambhir, as much as he's vilified currently, would discourage it, nor would Rahul Dravid. And let's also, in this day and age where we like to have targets. Let's to focus and give galis every day. Uh, let's let's accept the fact that neither Gambhir nor Rahul Dravid would want to pick a collection of people which results in the team losing. They all want the best interest of the team. It's just that certain things said at a certain time or said in a certain way have not cut ice, obviously, with Ishan Kishan. And that is the reason why he's suffering today. And maybe right now, because there is a logjam at the top, he will not be able to make it. Maybe 6 months down the line, if he has another great IPL, last IPL after a fantastic 100 in the opening game against Rajasthan Royals, he fizzled out. Against slightly more quality bowling, he fizzled out. So, yes, this season in SMAT has been great. Let him back it up with a good IPL, and then maybe let's think about getting him back.
Okay, switching focus to the fifth and final T20 international, if it happens tomorrow in Ahmedabad, the world's biggest cricket stadium. We saw what happened in the fourth T20I. Uh, I'm sure
What happened?
nothing happened. That's the
See.
super chat. KSR,
No,
that's
no,
the super chat for you from YouTube fan. It's a 100 rupee super chat. He says, KSR, your views on six inspections till 9:25 p.m. when match was practically abandoned at 6:30 p.m. when toss was delayed. Fans were made to sit till 9:30. That was poor. What was happening there? Every half an hour, were they expecting that sun will rise in the night?
No, but I am saying what was the inspection of? What were they inspecting?
They're seeing if the light improves,
Visibility.
visibility improves. Sorry.
मतलब वो अब कोई यज्ञ वज्ञ करवा रहे होंगे मे बी आई डोंट नो आई मीन मुझे तो और कोई चेहरा दिखता नहीं है अनलेस कोई पूजा चालू था जहाँ पे वो ये सोच रहे थे कि बादल हट जाएं अदर देन पूजा नथिंग कुड हैव सेव्ड एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई थिंक इवन दैट डिड नॉट वर्क मतलब क्या मतलब पहली बात तो मेरे को आज तक इंडियन क्रिकेट का शेड्यूलिंग का मेरे को जो रॉकेट साइंस है वो आज तक समझ में नहीं आया I know they have this stupid rotation, kind of quota, which Chandresh, you would know it more than anyone else, kind of gifting matches to each state association turn by turn. It's like, I take a box of chocolates and, aaj tu kha le, kal tu khana bachcha, this nonsense, which has actually led to, kind of killing test cricket by depriving, the historical test centers of most important matches. That's one. Two is आपको पता है कि पीक विंटर है आधा नॉर्थ फॉग में है मैं आज फ्लाइट लेके दिल्ली आया तो पहले के 1 डजन सवाल मुझसे ये पूछे गए थे कि आप टाइम पे लैंड हुए क्या और जब मैंने कहा हाँ मैं टाइम पे लैंड हुआ तो पहले के 1 डजन आंसर्स वर लाइक ओ वाओ कांग्रेचुलेशंस मतलब उनको क्लियर तक यकीन है कि फ्लाइट टाइम पे लैंड नहीं होने वाला है दिल्ली में सो किस खुशी में बीसीसीआई जाके नॉर्थ इंडिया में मैचेस अलॉट करता है मुझे आज तक नहीं समझा एंड बाय द वे दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई हैव डिस्कस्ड in person with couple of senior BCCI officials. I said you need to change this venue rotation system at the earliest. What are you doing? If you really want to kind of do this, organize domestic matches with a bit of fanfare. Let star cricketers play domestic cricket. Take them to these centers. But when you talk about international matches, select a venue based on certain parameters. Based on what kind of gate money you can make out of it, make a business model out of it. When it's North India, do not give matches there in winters. These are basic things. Scheduling of matches post monsoon. It's something that even IPL should consider. In fact, when they are moving towards May end, which we saw kind of this season that went by, scheduling is a major concern in India. Major concern in India. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. So Lucknow, we all know what is the scene in North India, unless you are totally blind to what is happening around here. So where was the surprise?
Srini, also not just this T20 series, even the test matches. How can you have it in east of India when the light goes off so
टेस्ट
early?
मैचेस तो ईस्ट नॉर्थ वेस्ट को छोड़ो टेस्ट मैचेस तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि एटलीस्ट व्हेन ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंग्लैंड एंड साउथ अफ्रीका विजिट इंडिया ओके आई एम वेरी क्लियर आई नो मेनी पीपल मे नॉट लाइक इट I don't give a damn about it. You stick to five centers, six centers, and they should be the ones hosting test matches, without fail. Every year, Chennai should host a test match. Bombay should host a test match. Kolkata should host a test match. Chinnaswamy, you look at the circus that is happening in Karnataka around Chinnaswamy. If that is not ugliness in Indian cricket, I don't know what is. But these are centers which must at all costs host test matches in India, and the BCCI should make it mandatory for these centers and for these state associations to monetize it. Set a target for them. I'm giving a match to Wankhede Stadium. Let's say I'm BCCI. I'm giving a match to Wankhede Stadium. I should set a target for them. Listen, I'm giving you this test match. I want you to market this test match. I don't know what you do, but I need, this much revenue coming out of the test, whether it's gate money, whether it's local advertising, whatever you do. I need 50 crores from this test match. I want you to make money out of it. These test centers or these venues or these state associations, they don't have that mandate. They don't. I'll tell you, this year, in the month of July, I was at the Lords. We had a meeting inside Lords. Okay, and I after our meetings were over, on the second day we kind of went down on the pitch. We were taken down there, and I met a new CEO had been appointed, by the Lord's management, the MCC management. Okay, and I kind of met him. I said, "So where are you from?" And I expected him to tell me that he must have worked in some other sports avenue, some cricket ground or some football ground or wherever. That guy is a private equity player. He's a former investment banker. He's the CEO of the Lord's Cricket Ground, the most famous cricket ground in the world. The CEO is a former investment banker who has nothing to do with cricket. You know why he's been brought in? To raise cash, to make the stadium a self-sustainable venue, to survive on its own without having to depend on sponsorship money, etc., etc., to have a sustainable income around the year, which can kind of take care of cricket at Lords and and the entire paraphernalia around it. There's a business model attached to it. Chandresh, Nitin, all of we all have been to Adelaide. We have seen the venue that Adelaide is. When we go there, we admire. ऐसा नहीं कि you and me have seen Adelaide. Even these BCCI officials have seen Adelaide. They go there more often than you and me. No, they understand what is happening. Can't they come back and implement it? Don't they have the money to do it? Do they have money? They have. Cricket Australia is on the verge of bankruptcy. Every time they are on the verge of bankruptcy, they call India to save themselves. We have all the money in the world, and you think these guys don't understand? They do. So then what stops them? Votes. Votes. आपको बीसीसीआई में इलेक्ट होके आना है, तो ये मेंबर्स के वोट्स चाहिए आपको. ये मेंबर्स के वोट्स चाहिए, तो आप इनको वोट देते हो, आप इनको मैच देते हो. या इनको मैच नहीं दोगे तो ये आपके लिए वोट नहीं डालेंगे. So this nonsense has to change. Other than that, this if this rotten system doesn't change, this is not going anywhere. And unfortunately, we don't respect our own fans. We really don't respect our own backyard. Otherwise, we wouldn't be facing this day. We really wouldn't be facing this day.
Uh, this question goes to first Nitin and then to Srini. Nitin, this question from Praveen Sawant. Is this the weakest BCCI ever? No Asia Cup trophy yet. No one to question Gambhir. When are we going to get rid of fossils from BCCI?
Fossils is an interesting word. There are also some officials who are always there at the right, depending on which way the wind blows, they're always there with the right set of, powers that exist in the BCCI. I'm saying this because yesterday the game happened in Lucknow. So, is this the weakest BCCI? No, I don't think so. I think there was a period when in the mid mid 2000 and 2000 and just after N. Srinivasan left. I think that period also was not very great for the BCCI. Although the results of Indian cricket were good, but the BCCI kind of was non-existent at that time. Uh, but we probably, and again we are saying that who to question Gambhir. Gum, the issue, Chandresh, here, and correct me if I'm digressing. The issue that has happened here is because we said, okay, fine, we have to remove Rohit Sharma as a Test match captain, or we have to remove Virat Kohli from Test cricket. Fine, yes. What the problem happened when we decided to anoint, or rather, the selectors decided to anoint Shubman Gill, almost helicoptered into the leadership roles across formats. Uh, what has happened, what then happens is that it creates a lot of insecurity among others in the team. That why is this guy getting so much attention or so much power, or suddenly what has he done in other formats apart ODI and Test? Yes, he's had a great year, but T20 cricket, I do not know whether he deserved the T20 captaincy as well as the T20 opening spot. Yes, the argument that is given was he led the team to Zimbabwe when the team won the T20 World Cup, and he was the vice captain in Sri Lanka also. But then the issue that I see over here is that we have, we have created, or rather, we have created a situation where we have made him feel that we have created you as the poster boy of Indian cricket, which I don't think is very healthy for Shubman himself. Now, I know he's going back. I mean, I do not know, first of all, he's traveled with the team to Ahmedabad or no.
No, he
Whether
has traveled apparently, and the subscribers are telling us that he looked okay at the airport. So that's where
okay.
Sahil will come. Go on.
So yes, he comes back to a venue where he has done very, very well. He's got 100 in each format over there. He started the year in Ahmedabad with a great 100 against England. Won his first Test match on Indian soil in Ahmedabad against the West Indies as captain. So it's a venue where he plays a lot of cricket for Gujarat Titans, and he has had a very good record over there. Now I just hope that he rediscovers the joy that he has for the game at that venue, because somehow or the other I feel that he seems very constricted. That joy that you see on his face, the exuberance suddenly has gone. The one which we saw in England, that doesn't seem to be there anymore. So I just hope that if he's playing, if he's fit, I just hope that he gets a good game, because I don't think that the team, what they need to name a team on Jan 7th. Sahil?
Yeah, by Jan 7, they
Yeah.
need to name the first.
By Jansen.
first
And
so
then
Let's
the
assume
squad.
that the team that plays against New Zealand will be the exact squad that will play.
but they can make change. The last
They
three
can make
times
change.
they made changes to the
to the
15.
to the 15. Yeah. So I just if I was not going off for too much on a tangent, I just feel that Shubman Gill has been made to feel that Gautam Gambhir, Ajit Agarkar, and the BCCI have created him as a parallel poster boy to Virat Kohli, just because Virat Kohli was going away from the setup. So they needed another poster boy. So let's create another guy. I feel that poster boys need not be created. No, they can. Did we have to create Tendulkar as a poster boy? No, he became one. So if Gill scores, he'll become one automatically.
Manik Singh is saying, Rajiv Shukla, saaf saaf bolo Nitin bhai. And Introspect is also saying, saaf saaf bole Nitin sir, Shukla ji is Ashwatthama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although he gave some interesting quotes today, saying that next time they will be. Has the tours and fixtures committee changed since 2021, or is it still the same?
Is there a tour and fixtures committee?
That Vijay Varghia, Raghuram Bhatt, and all are there, no?
No, I
Or
don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
I don't think
they're
there's a
there,
tools
right?
and fixtures. No, this time there's no tools and fixtures committee that's been formed. This one was done by the previous one, na?
Yeah, so I
Because
don't
this
think there is the same one is existing. I think
I don't think they made a new one
they
because it
made
was
it.
left to the
Yeah,
office bearers.
office bearers. Yeah, yeah.
So because we still don't know who's part of the IPL governing council. I
Correct,
spotted
correct.
Shubhangi Kulkarni at the auction, and then I came to know that she's part of the IPL governing council because those things were not decided at the AGM. Anyway, Sahil, so now that you're back, there are tons of questions about Shubman Gill. Since you broke the story yesterday, what is the status with Shubman Gill? He was apparently spotted at the Ahmedabad airport without any discomfort. Is he playing, not playing? What is the status?
That is why I went off air because that update call came. So he's in Ahmedabad. He's very much in Ahmedabad. But that playing, not playing call hasn't been taken as I wrote yesterday. It's still touch and go for tomorrow's game. And by tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, you'll have that clarity. But Abhi, both playing or not playing hasn't been decided yet. Both things, playing and not playing. Why it is not decided, if he's ruled out tomorrow or if he plays tomorrow, I'll definitely mention that in the story, but it'll be too premature to kind of give half-baked information right now. But from what I've gathered, he's traveled with the team to Ahmedabad. He's very much there, and no one is any rush यार अभी मतलब जैसे उसको आप गुवाहाटी लेकर गए थे तब भी एक attempt था to make him play because the management feels that every game here on in build up to the T20 World Cup you want to see Shubman Gill getting back to form. As simple as that. Because there is no question in anyone's head right now. I know we are debating कि वो run नहीं कर रहा, ये नहीं कर रहा. Fair point. Cricketing wise, absolutely spot on. He looks like a misfit क्योंकि वो run नहीं कर रहा. But they're clear in their head कि Shubman and Abhishek will open T20 World Cup every game. That confidence is given to him. Management is clear, selectors are clear, coach is clear, BCCI is clear. So we can keep on going round and round around that. The fact is that he'll play every game of the T20 World Cup, fitness permitting. So Abhi, all those calls, whether he plays tomorrow or not, will be taken keeping his body in mind because again, it's an external injury, nothing which has happened due to workload or stuff like that. He took a blow while batting in the nets in Lucknow, limbed off, was in a lot of pain, and so they'll take that call. They'll take that call. But Abhi, no such call. As I wrote, status quo. I wrote yesterday, it's going to be touch and go in Ahmedabad, and it is going to be touch and go in Ahmedabad. Now, which way it touches, we'll come to know tomorrow only.
Okay. Fit Monk says initially I mistook KSR sir for Ajay Jadeja. My bad. Uh, and Reed Savla says Rajiv Shukla on 16th Abu Dhabi for IPL auction, 17th in Lucknow for 4th T20I, and today in Delhi for Parliament. Truly,
And tomorrow in Ahmedabad for 50-20.
oh,
होना
okay.
चाहिए ना
हाँ बिल्कुल
सीक्वेंस तो
बिल्कुल.
वही है.
Okay. KSR, there are a couple of super chats that are addressed to you. I'll just pull them up. Greg Chappal says KSR GOAT pulled off epic scoop that Virat will leave T20 captaincy. Any such leak on VK is unheard of as no journo is in contact with Virat. Whose source? Shastri? Question mark. Journalists don't reveal their sources, current or former. So don't ask that question. Am I right, KSR?
Yeah, but any such leak on VK is unheard of as no journal
Is
incorrect
in
with Virat.
contact with
See,
Virat.
he's asking me who's the source.
Yeah, he's asking you who's the source. That's what I said. No journalist, current or former, will ever reveal their source when they are sober.
See, I always quote one thing that I learned from Ravi. It says, कितना भी कुछ भी ट्विटर कर लो, इंस्टाग्राम कर लो, आप पीआर कर लो, कुछ भी कर लो, जब आप फील्ड पे जाते हो और जब आप खड़े रहते हो और आप बैटिंग करते हो या जो भी आप खेलते हो गेम ना, पूरी दुनिया आपको देख रही है, वहां पे ना सब सॉर्ट आउट हो जाता है. कोई अगर आप उस मैं और साहिल हम लोग वी ऑफन डिस्कस दिस, वी ऑफन टॉक अबाउट दिस दैट just track the game ball by ball across all parameters and the story will come walking to you. You don't need to go looking for sources.
Okay, Steve Ticolo has a super chat for you, Srini. And this is again a Tanj on our coach. KSR sir, is it in your domain to talk about selector or coach? Remember, nowadays only cricketers are allowed to talk about coach. Otherwise, he gets upset. You remember what he said after the after winning the one day series?
Who, Gautam?
Gautam, yeah, he spoke about Pat Jindal.
क्या क्या
Uh,
साहिल told me, क्या बोला?
Arey, that Par Jindal had tweeted that he was advocating for split coaching in Indian cricket, that get a specialist red ball coach. So Gambhir took a direct dig at it after winning the ODI series, that there are people who are suggesting split coaching in Indian cricket. They should stay in their domain. हम उनकी डोमेन में नहीं घुसते, उन्हें हमारी डोमेन में नहीं घुसना
so
चाहिए. That's what.
since then it has become like a running joke. We're saying, is it in your domain to talk about it? Is it in your domain to? So
and and
everybody's been
and and Chandresh bhai, before KSR weighs in on this, and Nitin bhai, aapko bhi, like I was discussing this with KSR in the afternoon today. So Vijay Tagore has done an interview with Ness Wadia. Okay, in that there's a line, if you read the interview, on Shreyas Iyer. So Parth is not the only IPL owner or co-owner to take a dig at the coach or management or selector. Ness Wadia clearly said, "I still don't understand why Shreyas Iyer is not part of the T20 team." So that band of boys is getting together. They are weighing in more. So next could be
पर
towards
गौतम
Ness.
को क्या लेना देना है? पार्थ जिंदल क्या बोल रहा है? उस तू भाई तू अपना टीम संभालना, तेरे को क्या लेना देना है पार्थ जिंदल क्या बोल रहा है और नेसवाड़िया क्या बोल रहा है और क्या क्या बोल रहा है तू, लाइक तू. बट गौतम बीइंग गौतम, आई व्हाई एम आई नॉट सरप्राइज? वो तो मतलब वो एक्चुअली वो फॉर अ वाइल ना, वो ना वो एक्चुअली प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में आना ही नहीं चाहिए. ही नीड्स टू टेक अ ब्रेक फ्रॉम प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस. थोड़ा चिल मार, मतलब टीम के साथ रहे. यू नो आई मशीन गन लिए बगैर तो वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में वैसे भी नहीं आता है.
बट श्रीनी प्रॉब्लम है कि यू कांट सेंड रायन टेंडुलकर, वो बहुत सच बोलता है. यू कांट सेंड
अरे तो
सिद्धांशु
भाई फिर
गोल.
ऐसा है तो किसी को हायर कर लो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाने के लिए, ठीक है, लेकिन
कैप्टन
गौतम
है
को
ना,
मत कीजिए.
T20 कैप्टन तो
हैं?
लाइक्स डूइंग अ लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर. T20 कैप्टन का तो प्राइमरी फोर्टे इज
इसका
नाउ
सूर्य, हाँ वो
प्रेस
या
कॉन्फ्रेंस.
आई डिड इट फॉर माय कंट्री एंड या लाइक. वो बाय द वे हम लोग शुभमन की इतनी बात कर रहे थे कि शुभमन का टीम में जगह बनता है या नहीं, कप्तान का बनता है क्या? अभी मैं बोलता हूं, राइट नाउ इंडिया का स्टैट्स T20 में दोनों का निकालो, शुभमन का निकालो, सूर्या का निकालो. फॉर दिस ईयर 15 से 18 मैच खेले होंगे दोनों ने, और दोनों ही बकवास खेले हैं, तो उसमें भी देखते हैं कौन ज्यादा बकवास खेला है.
सो बात सही है. दैट्स व्हाट नितिन आई वांटेड टू यू टू weigh in. I've been asking this to Gaurav also. Are these the final 10-15 games of Surya as an India cricketer in any format till the end of the
Yeah,
World Cup?
I know. I mean, he would want to play that in that LA Olympics as desperately as as he would want, because also if we look at the scheduling here, the LA there'll only be a 3 month gap between the LA Olympics and the next T20 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the LA Olympics will be around July, August, and the T20 World Cup will be in
Yeah,
October,
yeah,
November.
yeah.
Yeah, in 20
In 28.
28.
yeah 2028. So ideally he would want to play both of them if his form and fitness survives. But from what I have heard, or whatever I have read, is he has got serious issues with his wrist. The wrist may pop off any moment, and he hasn't, उसका स्ट्रेट गेम चला गया है चंद्रेश. वो जो स्ट्रेट हिट्स, वो सब कुछ स्क्वायर मारने को देखता है, एंड his game has kind of collapsed. So unless, और उसके लिए now he will need a lot of time to get that back, which he doesn't have. He has at the most another 3 weeks for whatever training he goes and does at Parsi Gym or wherever he trains.
Or if he
He'll
plays
have,
Vijay Hazare.
or if he plays Vijay Hazare. I just I
Right
hope
now, the only
that's what,
thing he can do 360 degrees is chew gum.
yeah. He has issues in his game because सीधा मारना उसने छोड़ दिया है.
Okay, since spies are in vogue, Priyanshu says journalist or spice is source, to mat hi pucho. Yes, absolutely. We shouldn't do that. Uh, there's a question for you, Sahil, from Sports Highlights. He says, does Delhi Capitals have a vacancy for an assistant coach which someone may require after the T20 World Cup? Any guesses who that could be?
या नेक्स्ट ईयर तो दिल्ली कैपिटल्स जेएसडब्ल्यू वापस आ जाएगा ना. अगर
हाँ.
ये मर्जर चलता रहा तो फिर गांगुली हेड कोच बनेंगे. अब अगर वो अगरकर को असिस्टेंट कोच रखना चाहेंगे कि नहीं, वो देखा जाएगा तब क्या होगा. क्योंकि नेक्स्ट ईयर तो जेएसडब्ल्यू कम्स बैक, पार जिंदल कम्स बैक टू रनिंग द शो, ऑब्वियसली इन कंसल्टेशन एंड agreement with Mr. Kiran Kumar Gandhi, who is with GMR. But you will see some changes in which always happens in the IPL with Delhi Capitals especially. When the regime changes and वो 2 year wala cycle changes hands, a lot of changes happen. And Ajit Agarkar's exit could well coincide with Suryakumar's exit from international arena. And I'm not saying it out of air. Matlab, I understand where Nitin Bhai is coming from, that he would want that shot at LA Olympics, but for him to, how do I put it? Because see, Nitin Bhai mentioned about the wrist. I've been chasing that wrist for the last 10 months, but we haven't got anything concrete yet on it. But I can say that with a lot of conviction that the right wrist is very dodgy right now. That is why the game of V and those shots over covers are gone, because your bottom hand has gone for toss. So the whole par game has gone, and the teams have figured that. And I can tell that क्योंकि मैंने opposition team से भी बात किया था IPL में. So they told me कि बहुत easy है अभी सूर्या के लिए, deep backward square leg लगाओ, deep fine leg लगाओ, deep third लगाओ. You know he's going to go back. In the IPL, if you would have seen why he scored, because he was managing his way around that wrist. That game in front of the wicket in the V was coming back. तभी वो 500-600 रन का season आया. But he'll have to address that after the T20 World Cup, because he has already delayed the attention which probably should have been given to the wrist. If that happens after the T20 World Cup, which it should, or probably he'll do that after the IPL, because 20 crores at stake again. If it happens after the IPL, then it's anybody's guess which way his cricketing journey is going to be, because it could get very dodgy. That is why, again, a cricketing punt logic, Ishan Kishan at number 3 in T20s could be a reality right after the T20 World Cup, because that spot opens up after you let go of the burden of Suryakumar Yadav, which he has been in the last 24-25 games as captain of the country.
So basically, you're saying next year in July, everything will change when India goes to England.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
KSR Priyanshu has a comment. He said, KSR sir, Sky run नहीं बनाता है, लेकिन interview and press conference बिंदास करता है, and he says, I am not short of form, I am short of runs. You're on mute.
So I didn't understand. I'm not short on form. I'm just short on runs.
Yeah.
हाँ, तेरे फॉर्म की नहीं जरूरत है, रन्स की जरूरत है ना. फॉर्म तो घर में रख के रन्स बनाना भाई. ये मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ ना, उसकी शर्ट में थोड़ा सा गोल्ड डाल दो, वो रन बना देगा वो. मैं तो पहली बार भी बोलूँ, मैंने कहा मना किया. तो उसकी शर्ट में एक वो ऐसे वो गोल्डन चक्र बना दो, यहाँ पे MI लिख दो, और शर्ट के कॉलर में थोड़ा गोल्ड डाल दो. कल अगर उसने 50 बॉल 100 नहीं मारा तो मेरा नाम नहीं. वो उसमें पावर है, वो गोल्ड में. वो जो गोल्ड है वही तो मिसिंग है इंडियन टीम में. उसको मिल नहीं रहा है बेचारे को.
बस 2 साल और रुक जाए, फिर 6 महीने वो गोल्ड लगा के घूम सकता हो, बाकी सब लीग्स में.
नो बाकी वो ही इज इन अ लीग ऑफ हिज ओन. वो छोटे मोटे काम नहीं करेगा. वो रिटायर होने के बाद बड़ा लीग.
गेम बहुत लंबा है रिटायरमेंट के बाद.
गेम बहुत लंबा है. उसका रिटायरमेंट, उसका पोस्ट रिटायरमेंट प्लान सेट है. उसको सिर्फ डिसाइड करना है नॉर्थ मुंबई या साउथ मुंबई या ईस्ट मुंबई या वेस्ट मुंबई. उसको डिसाइड करना है. उसका गेम सेट है. वो बड़ा गेम है उसका. ये छोटा मोटा T20 लीग खेल के पैसे बनाना, you won't waste his time doing all that. But my point is, you do whatever you can. But right now, if there is a debate around Shubman, then there is a debate around Surya. There is a debate around everyone. I find it like there is a debate around everyone everywhere. Yeah? Like I find it very stupid that there is a debate around Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in ODIs. I don't know. Anything and everything is a debate. And where do these debates get created? They get created on Twitter only ना. लोग अपना बेवकूफ सा एजेंडा लेके आ रहे हैं, खुद ही उसको ट्रेंड भड़का के चला रहे हैं. I don't understand. I really don't. I'm so happy that I don't report on cricket. That's all. I can't. I really can't say anything more. Every nonsense of an issue is kind of becomes a talking point.
Okay, final two super chats. Nitin, this is for you from Steve Ticolo. He says, fact is, Surya never had straight game against quality bowlers. Sare run supla par Hong Kong. Dutch second, third tier bowlers ke against run kiye hai. This is a
Nah.
bit unfair. This is a bit
Yeah,
unfair.
I thought he played one of the great T20 innings against South Africa in Perth in 2022. I think he was the only batter who looked to put bat on ball in that match. Seriously seaming and bouncing track at the Optus
Yeah.
in the 2022 T20 World Cup. Even that game against Bangladesh at Adelaide, if I'm not wrong, I think Surya gave you that crucial thrust that allowed the Duckworth Lewis target to get a little bit inflated once the rain came. So he's played some stunning knocks. One knock I think in Nottingham against England in 2022. It's just that post, he with players like him who depend so much on hand and eye coordination. Once that kind of starts dipping, then players like that get a bit sorted out. And once bowlers with a little bit of a higher pace uh, tend to bowl a little bit more fuller, I think that's when he tends to struggle. I think, and we've seen that here against South Africa. His struggles, in fact, started after that Hyderabad match against Bangladesh. After Bangladesh in Hyderabad, he hasn't scored a 50, right, Sahil?
No, I
No,
don't think so.
no, no.
Yeah, he hasn't scored a 50 after that. So
Scored a
yeah,
40 odd in Australia, I think.
yeah, 40,
Yeah.
40 odd in Australia. Yeah, so he's struggled. I mean, and decent bowlers now know where, as Sahil said, they know where to bowl to him to restrict him. So yeah, he needs to get his game up a bit.
No, just
Okay,
just just simplifying Chandresh bhai before you take that super chat because Nitin bhai technically explained it beautifully. अगर मैं साफ शब्दों में एक छोटा सा बोलूं, he struggles against lengths he can't get under right now because of the bottom hand and the wrist. Because that game where you can like just go on the up, जो एक time पे game था पर्थ वाला knock जो आप ऑप्टस वाला बोल रहे हो, you could see those shots where वो range था. Right now it's just restricted because he wants to go under and help use the pace and go over. So that's not happening.
okay,
Also,
Christian.
And I
uh,
have visual evidence of why that is not happening, but again, half cooked. वरना अभी तक तो आ चुका
what
था.
also happened, Chandresh, unfortunately in Surya's case was both under Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli. Uh, I don't think they considered Surya for a very long time, and a lot of mediocre players tended to play for India. I mean, I still, cannot believe that they punted in on someone like Kedar Jadhav. Yes, he got a great 100 against England at Pune, but comparing Kedar Jadhav's strengths and Suryakumar Yadav's strengths, थोड़ा काफी अंतर है दोनों players में in terms of destructive ability and form at that time.
I
Between
think Kedar played more for his bowling.
bowling, yeah, between 2017 and 2020 जो सूर्या ने बैटिंग किया है in IPL as well as in domestic cricket in India, I think that was at another level, and I thought he should have played white ball cricket a lot earlier than he eventually did. And unfortunately, under Virat and Shastri, that did not happen.
Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo says if Gigi and KSR in same room, Lafada for sure. And Priyanshu says, KSR sir, please come to the show more often if possible. Please
You're
come.
mute. You're mute.
Sorry,
You're on-
sorry. That's on my 2026 agenda. Doing more shows, pakka. And as
Okay.
far as me and Gigi in the same room, that's a very scary thought. Huh? But that said, I have. They need to be honest. I'll tell you about Gautam. Whether it doesn't matter whether you are alone with him or whether you are sitting in an audience listening to Gautam. ये दिमाग है, राइट, और ये जुबान है, तो आई एम श्योर एक नर्व होती होगी जो कनेक्ट करती होगी इसको यहाँ से, राइट. यहाँ पे कोई चीज आती है तो हम सबके दिमाग कैसा होता है, हमारे दिमाग में कोई चीज आती है, वो दिमाग से उतर के ऐसे जुबान पे आते आते एक फिल्टर होता होगा, वो हम फिल्टर उसको अप्लाई करते हैं, फिर जो बोलना है वो बोलते हैं। जैसे अभी नितिन थोड़ी देर पहले कुछ चीज एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था, तो ही वाज लाइक टेकिंग हिज पॉजेस सो दैट ही वांटेड टू बी वेरी श्योर अबाउट व्हाट ही से, सो ही इज बीइंग थॉटफुल, he is like thinking, so there is a filter that is at work, right? इन गौतम्स केस वो मिसिंग है बस, और कोई फर्क नहीं है, वो भी वैसे ही है जैसे हम है, ये फिल्टर जो है ना वो मिसिंग है, तो जो यहाँ है वो सीधे ऐसे बाहर आती है, लाइक काइंड ऑफ तो उसका वही प्रॉब्लम है। तो और वो घर पे जैसा है वैसा ही वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में है, और वैसे जैसे जैसे मैं प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाऊंगा बैठूंगा तो मेरे भी दिमाग में आएगा, हाँ ये पार्थ क्या बोल रहा था, कहाँ, व्हाट सेंस डज इट मेक, लेकिन ऑडियंस को पार्थ से कोई लेना देना नहीं है, तो मैं बोलूंगा नहीं ना पार्थ के बारे में, वो मेरा दिमाग है, मैं शायद दोस्तों को ओवर अ कप ऑफ टी बोलूंगा घर पे बैठ, बट ये भाई साहब के पास वो फिल्टर ही नहीं है, इन्होंने सोचा बोल दिया, दिमाग में
Okay.
आई बोल।
सुपर चैट फॉर यू साहिल फ्रॉम स्टीव टिकोलो, यूर ऑन म्यूट साहिल। साहिल भाई 20 करोड़ कोई डेंजर में नहीं है, रोहित भैया की प्लेबुक यूज करेगा, उनकी पीआर कंपनी हायर करके वानखेड़े में स्लोगन लग जाएंगे, बाहर किया तो।
भाई एमआई स्लोगन के ऊपर नहीं चलता। अगर लोग इस भ्रम में है कि एमआई को स्लोगन्स और चैटर से फर्क पड़ता है, एंड एमआई is one franchise which will not tolerate any kind of nonsense which played out a couple of years back when Hardik was traded back to MI from GT. If people think कि वो episode was taken very 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 kindly, no it wasn't. So
साहिल
MI is
फर्क
one franchise.
साहिल फर्क सबको पड़ता है, ये है कि
हाँ,
कुछ लोग जो हैं वो आसानी से दिखा देते हैं, कुछ लोग आसानी से दिखाते नहीं है, बस उतना ही फर्क पड़ता सबको है। एमआई इज नो डिफरेंट।
Okay, one final super chat for the day, and this comes from Dikshita. Uh, Nitin, this is for you. BCCI's Arun Dumal hugely appreciated Virat Kohli and says win 2027 for VK like 2011 for SRT. Then why Journos 3 months back had leaks like Sydney is his last ODI? Please explain.
Where did any kind of leak happen? I think the problem happened after Gambhir gave that gave that bizarre comment. As Srini said, that the lack of filter between what comes out of his mouth and what's there in his brain. He I thought should not have made that comment, that why should we celebrate a individual milestone after a match which India won, but India lost the series. I don't think he should have said that at all. It was a very very strange comment to make, and I think the problem started there. Also, I think there was a bit of residue, as I mentioned in one of the earlier shows, because in a C8 Awards here, in a C8 Awards function in Mumbai, Rohit said that Champions Trophy की टीम जो हमने जीती थी वो राहुल भाई की टीम थी. Now whether that was a deliberate slip of the tongue, or he meant that the nucleus was formed under Rahul Dravid and the coach was just Gautam Gambhir, but I'm sure it wasn't, considering the history that has been going on between the senior players and the coach all this while. But win 2027 like 2011, I know that adds unnecessary pressure. Just win, yeah. I mean, you need not win it for anybody, win it for the fans, win it for yourself. Don't win 2011 सचिन के लिए, 2024 राहुल भाई के लिए, 2027 विराट के लिए, 2027 रोहित के लिए. No. Just win it for the countrymen, win it for India. That's it.
Okay, Dikshita is saying, nope, there were many leaks, Nitin. Come on, Sahil knows. Sahil? You never told us.
No. I am not privy to any leaks which happened. There were some suggestions, if I may say so, that Australia tour could be their last, but I don't think that was going to happen. I don't think this is going to happen. And जो अंडर करंट्स चल रहे हैं इंडियन क्रिकेट में, दे सजेस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, बट अगेन एंडिंग द शो द वे वी स्टार्टेड इट, borrowing that line from Ravi Shastri, which KSR had mentioned, the field sorts you out. As long as they're scoring runs, no one in Indian cricket, no one in world cricket has the power just to tell these two कि चलो भाई आपका टाइम हो गया निकलो. जब तक बल्ला बोल रहा है आप नहीं रुक सकते. और अभी जिस माइंडसेट में वो है, वो माइंडसेट यहीं की उपज है. वही अंडर करंट्स ने उस माइंडसेट को ऐसा बनाया है जिस माइंडसेट में इस टाइम विराट और रोहित है. कैन यू स्टॉप देम? इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट. इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट. हम चंद्रेश भाई उस दिन बात कर रहे थे, देयर वर सजेशन, और हम लोग कैलकुलेट कर रहे थे, यू एंड मी कैलकुलेटेड कि इंग्लैंड टूर का कोई सोच भी नहीं रहा था. नाउ टिल द इंग्लैंड सीरीज, द ओडीआई सीरीज, until and unless they have like a horrible IPL, even after that you can't do that. Even if they have a horrible IPL, they've earned themselves those 3 ODIs at least till England now. 6 more games for India, 3 against New Zealand at home, 9
3 against Afghanistan.
हाँ, तो कहाँ रोकोगे? कौन रोकेगा? नहीं रोक सकते.
तो basically you're saying रोको मत.
कैसे रुकोगे? मतलब as long as they're scoring runs and the way they are batting, the way Rohit Sharma batted against Josh Hazelwood in the second ODI, that was not the Rohit Sharma which we have seen in ODIs in the last 3 years. That was a Rohit Sharma who is willing, who is physically so fit right now that he can endure to kind of stay for that long in the middle. Probably during that 23 ODI World Cup build-up, where he changed his game a lot to play a certain brand of cricket, you don't see him playing that. अब वो longevity चाहता है अपनी ODI game में, which is a throwback to the period where he was scoring 200s for fun in the format. Same for Virat. Virat तो जितना बोलोगे अब कम है ना. It's not a format where you can point a finger at Virat. Even after 5 ducks, 6 ducks, जो गौतम गंभीर का फेवरेट लाइन है, 20 डक मारोगे उसके बाद 21वें में भी पिक करूंगा, वो लाइन संजू सैमसन से पहले विराट के लिए बोलो ODI में. 20 डक के बाद भी 21 में पिक करेंगे, because you need him more than he needs you in this format right now in build up to 2027. 2027 is going to be no joke. Look at the bowling attacks we have across teams now. South Africa, Australia, England. वहां पर आकर आपको डोमेस्टिक वाले 25-30 वाले डिबली डॉबली पेसर्स नहीं मिलने वाले. You need Virat at 3. As simple as that.
Okay, final comment, and this is something that I also observed yesterday and today as well, कि हमें इंडिया पाकिस्तान का हैंडशेक बेचा जाता है. इंडियन अंपायर नितिन मेनन एंड पाकिस्तानी अंपायर एहसान राजा साथ में एशेस में अंपायरिंग कर रहे हैं. दे आर टॉकिंग टू ईच अदर, एंड एन इंडियन बॉय tied the lace of a Pakistani under-19 cricketer. So all that is also happening side by side. Any thoughts, Nitin?
I mean, we played out that and the Indian T20 captain shook the hands of the ACC chief during the trophy unveiling and the team's unveiling. So it was only after the backlash that he faced on social media that all that drama happened. Post September 14th. So yeah, they know where to what sells and where, and maybe certain individuals, certain players are also trying to formulate or trying to look at a post-playing career into politics.
That's something that was hinted at, but I won't say who, what, when, why. And one final comment for the day. Manikpreet Singh says, I am not single, I am just short of girlfriend, as per Sky's logic. So on that note, thanks a lot, KSR.
Mic drop moment.
KSR, we are going away today.
इसका फाइनल कमेंट मैं दूंगा नितिन भाई. मेरे पास इसके 6-7 वर्जन है. मैं और प्रत्युष रोज डिस्कस करते हैं. आई एम नॉट पुअर, आई एम जस्ट शॉर्ट ऑफ मनी.
तो ये आप वो क्या बोलते हैं, वो इवैल्यूएशन के पहले बोल रहे हैं, इवैल्यूएशन के बाद बोल रहे हैं?
नहीं, अभी इवैल्यूएशन में बहुत टाइम है.
I'm not single, I'm short of girlfriend. Like I'm just short of girlfriend. That's like what? Actually, that's a joke. Okay.
No, because Sky is saying, no, I'm not out of form, I'm just short of runs.
No, I mean,
so then
he meant it as a joke.
Yeah.
And Sahil and Pratyush have also come up with I'm not poor, I'm just short of money.
He's short of neither.
That's really a mic drop moment now, Sahil.
No, no, he's got many friends. Yeah. Like he's got a great friend circle.
Okay. Okay. On that note, thanks a lot, Srini. You promised us that you'll do more of the shows. Nitin, thanks a lot. Sahil, thanks a lot. And everybody watching, remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment on all our videos. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take good care of yourself. Goodbye and have a nice day.